Get ready for the news that is shaking up the entertainment world right now. We begin with a somber announcement as we remember the incredible career of David Burke, the theater veteran who played Dr. Watson opposite Jeremy Brett on the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This legendary actor, who brought so much life to the role, has passed away at the age of 91. We will explore his remarkable journey and the impact he had on television and theater. Next up, Katie Miller DVM, as she breaks down exactly how to tackle chronic pet itching, covering everything from identifying hot spots to implementing the allergy stacking strategy and personalized diet trials for your beloved companions. And finally, we look at the big picture for American filmmaking. Actor Jon Voight recently met with President Donald Trump to advocate for federal tax incentives to boost domestic production. We break down the details of this effort, including the proposed 20% federal tax credit for labor costs and the industry's fight against the flight of production overseas. Stay with us as we cover all the latest developments. Theater veteran David Burke, renowned for his portrayal of Dr. Watson opposite Jeremy Brett in the acclaimed 1980-485 ITV series The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, has died at the age of 91. The announcement was made by his agent on May 10th. Burke had a distinguished career spanning stage and screen. On stage, he starred in the original 1970-370 for production of Alan Ayckbourn's Absurd Persons Singular at the Criterion Theatre in London. His filmography also includes roles such as Daniel Day-Lewis, ghostly father in the 1989 production of Hamlet, the Danish physicist Niels Bohr in Michael Frayn's Copenhagen in 1998, and the Earl of Kent opposite Ian Holm in King Lear, also in 1998. His work on Sherlock Holmes was significant. Burke appeared in all 13 episodes of Granada television series, starting with A Scandal in Bohemia. He distinguished himself by playing Watson not as a clumsy sidekick, but as a competent collaborator. However, Burke ultimately stepped away from the role, citing boredom with the dialogue, and was succeeded by Edward Hardwicke in subsequent series and telefilms through 1994's The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. Burke's career also included appearances in other notable productions, such as playing Joseph Stalin opposite Sam Neill in the 1983 miniseries Riley, Ace of Spies, and appearing in Crown Court, Poirot, The House of Eliot, and the 2012 film adaptation of The Woman in Black. In interviews, Burke praised Jeremy Brett, describing him as a delightful man and a great perfectionist, who meticulously ensured that the on-screen action mirrored the source material. Burke also appeared in earlier works, including episodes of The Avengers, Z-Cars, and Coronation Street, as well as the BBC Sherlock Holmes episode, The Adventure of the Beryl Coronet. Born in Liverpool in 1934, Burke earned a scholarship to Oxford and was accepted into the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Following his training, he collaborated with Peter O'Toole at the Bristol Old Vic, where he met his wife, actress Anna Calder-Marshall, during a performance of Ibsen's The Wild Duck at the Edinburgh Lyceum. David Burke is survived by his son, Tom Burke, who is also an actor, and his godfather, the late Alan Rickman. Artist Tonoccus McClain is making a significant impact on the Hollywood Fringe Festival by bringing important social issues to the forefront of the artistic scene. McClain, a prolific actor, writer, and creator of theatrical works, is channeling his passion into his first venture as both a producer and writer at the festival. Known for its open-ended and bold experimental performances, the Hollywood Fringe Festival is now set to expand its tradition by incorporating the depth, poignancy, and social urgency of McClain's new project, Versions of Her. The submission for the work has been received, signaling a new and potentially impactful addition to the festival's diverse programming. Hollywood Feed University is hosting a free online seminar titled The Itch Factor, Taming Pet Allergies, designed to help pet owners address chronic scratching, licking, and ear infections in their animals. The live event will feature Dr. Katie Miller, DVM, a veterinarian and nutritionist, who will provide a comprehensive strategy to manage pet allergies. The seminar is scheduled for Wednesday, May 20, with sessions available at 8:00 a.m. Central Time, 12:00 p.m. Central Time, and 5:00 p.m. Central Time. Attendance is free and open to all ages, accessible online at https://hfu, hollywoodfeed.com/live event page/the itch factor taming pet allergies/. Key topics covered during the presentation include identifying common allergy signs, such as hot spots and hair loss, implementing the allergy stacking strategy to reduce the allergen load, a deep dive into the big three triggers, flea saliva reactions, food sensitivities, and environmental factors like pollen, and practical dietary trials using novel or hydrolyzed proteins for elimination diets. Participants will also receive actionable advice on practical management techniques, including using omega-3s and probiotics to support the skin barrier, alongside home hacks for bedding and paw care. Attendees will conclude the session with a personalized allergy action plan and an opportunity to participate in a live Q&A with Dr. Miller. Dr. Katie Miller is a distinguished veterinarian with extensive experience, having served as the Director of Veterinary Services at BSM Partners and previously leading dog and cat health and nutrition for Mud Bay for 11 years, where she was instrumental in evaluating pet product safety and creating educational curricula. She holds a degree from Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine. Hollywood Feed, a leading pet retailer across 19 states, continues to uphold its commitment to quality and customer satisfaction. Registration is required to attend live, but recordings will be available for registered participants. Interested individuals can sign up via the event page. Actor Jon Voight has been actively engaged in efforts to secure federal tax incentives aimed at bolstering domestic film and television production in the United States. Voight met with President Donald Trump earlier this year to advocate for a federal tax credit designed to combat the trend of production moving overseas. This undisclosed meeting is part of a broader Hollywood initiative to secure federal support against the flight of production abroad. A White House spokesperson affirmed President Trump's commitment to make Hollywood great again, stating the administration is exploring all policy options to maintain Hollywood's influence as a force of American culture. Voight was named one of 3 special ambassadors to Hollywood, alongside Sylvester Stallone and Mel Gibson, in January 2025. To counteract the exodus of entertainment production, Voight is collaborating with a coalition of industry bodies, including the Motion Picture Association, the Directors Guild of America, and unions representing talent. Stephen Paul, CEO of SB Media Group and Voight's agent, and Scott Carroll, SB Media president, have proposed a significant proposal: a 20% federal tax credit for labor costs on U.S. film or television productions. An additional 5% could be awarded for independent films or for filming in designated disaster zones or enterprise zones, which could be combined with existing state incentives. The objective of these incentives is to make the cost of domestic production competitive with international markets that offer similar tax credits, lower labor expenses, and superior production facilities. This push comes as the U.S. film industry saw a 10% decline in filming activity in the first quarter of this year, while the UK and Canada collectively accounted for nearly 1/3 of global production. Adding to the policy discussion, President Trump had previously floated the concept of a 100% tariff on foreign-made movies, As a measure to redirect production back to the U.S., industry advocates have welcomed the desire to curb production flight, but have strongly urged the president to prioritize tax incentive support. Meanwhile, California has significantly increased its support, more than doubling its annual film and television production tax incentives to $750 million in June 2025, with early data indicating these efforts are successfully drawing some projects back to Hollywood. Shoot days in Los Angeles also rose nearly 11% in the first quarter, according to permitting agency Film LA.